If you are looking for a wireless UHF microphone on a budget, I have a solution for you. What's up everybody? Welcome to the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. My name is Jordan, and if you are new here, thank you for joining us. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back. Today on the review table, I have the, I don't know how to say this, the GUDEHOLO, G-U-D-E-H-O-L-O, wireless dual UHF microphone. I've looked at a couple different DJ/PA microphones in the past, a lot of them coming in the more budget spectrum, and this is another strong contender in that category. It offers you nice metal construction, adjustable frequencies. It's in the 900 megahertz band, which is different from ones I've looked at in the past. And today, I'm gonna show you everything that comes in the box. I'm gonna do a quick test of the system for you, let you know my thoughts and whether or not you should pick one up for yourself. Now, if you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you become one, but I won't waste any more time talking about that. Let's take a look at this GUDEHOLO G920 wireless microphone. Okay, so right off the bat, talking about packaging, it looks great. It's in a nice glossy full color box. This looks a lot better than some of the products that I receive from more no-name companies. This looks very professional and like something that you would probably see in a store, which is a good sign for me that the company cares about their product. You've got some specs here on the back. I'll read a couple of them to you. Like I mentioned in the intro, this is a 900 megahertz microphone. It's not a band that we see a lot of wireless microphones in lately, but it is legal to operate in the US. It may be a little bit crowded, so you may have to do a bit of frequency searching to find one that works best for you. It's got a dynamic range over 105 dB, a frequency response of 50 hertz to 18 kilohertz, which is going to cover pretty much every application you're going to throw at it. It has both XLR and quarter-inch outputs, which we will look at, and a working distance of up to 240 feet. So that's enough with the specs in the box. Let's crack this open and let me show you what is inside. So the first thing that caught my eye when I originally took this out and used it is that it comes in a carry case. I love to see that. This gear, microphones, it's going to be abused if you take it on the road to do karaoke or do DJ events with or sing, and so you want to protect it, and not carrying it in the cardboard box is the way to go. So they include a plastic carry case. It's not labeled or anything, so you can put your name or company on there. I really like that, and it feels solid. So it's got locking latches. If I pull that open, here's how everything looks in the box. I've packaged it all back up so you can see it. Right off the bat, you're going to see that they include batteries. That's always nice to see. You've got the receiver unit right here, the two microphones themselves, and then some cables and stuff. So let's take a look at everything individually. First thing I'm going to pull out is one of the handheld microphones. Things that I really like about this, the silver color looks really cool. It's not too flashy, but it's definitely different from most microphones. It feels really good in the hand, and you can hear metal construction, which is so nice to see. Does not feel cheap in the slightest. The only part where you can see plastic is this cap on the end here, but that's not a deal breaker for me. Most of the microphone is metal, and it looks really solid. You'll also notice it has a display right here as well as a power button, and that is so you can change frequency and check your battery life. We'll look at that in just a moment. So you get two handheld units. I'm going to keep this out so we can use that in our test. You also get, of course, your receiver unit. Let me pull that out for you. So the receiver unit comes with your standard quarter wavelength antennas. They attach right there on the back. I don't think these are removable, which may be a deal breaker for you. At this price point, I'm not expecting that, but it does have two antennas here, which you would set about right here to get the maximal reception. On the front, you have two independent volume knobs for each channel and a power button, along with a screen, which will give you some readouts of some different things I'll show you in a moment. You do not change channels on the receiver unit. Now that's kind of a con because it can be a little bit clunky with the microphones. I'll show you that in a minute, but not a deal breaker. It's very refined and streamlined. This is a metal body up on the sides. The bottom, yeah, it's all metal. So again, good construction on this guy. Last but not least in the case, and this is all, I'm going to show you again, this is all like molded foam, which I really like to see. You're not just setting it in there on the eggshell, it actually has molded foam, which is nice. The last thing in here is going to be your cables. So you've got your power cable right here, which is just a standard, AC DC converter. And then you've also got an included, hold on, 1/4 inch cable. Now, let's talk about this. They include its tip sleeve, and they also include an adapter to go down to the 3.5 millimeter, kind of like headphone jack size. This does have an, let me show you, a 1/4-inch output, which is a combo output of both channels, so you can send it into one input on your mixer. They do have independent XLR outputs, but they do not include XLR cables, so if you wanted to do that, you're gonna have to get your own cables. Otherwise, on the back of this, you just have power input, and that's kind of the whole receiver unit. That's everything that comes in the box. So let me show you how easy it is to get this thing set up. I'm gonna set my plastic over here. So first thing you wanna do, obviously pull out some batteries, put those in your receiver. All right, so twist this open, and while this is open, there's the battery compartment right there. I'm just gonna slide those 2 batteries in, make sure I've got them in the right orientation. And while I've got this open, let me show you how this works. So I'm gonna power on the unit by clicking there. You can see the channel as well as the frequency itself. Up at the top you have your battery life, and then the ANT is for antenna, which tells you if you're getting reception. So right now I'm at 920.1 megahertz. If you want to change your channel, there's a little button right here called set. You can click that and that will change your channel right there. You can click it again and it will keep changing. You change it on here, and then this will communicate with the receiver unit and make sure that they're both in sync. You also have volume buttons right here, which is just kind of the output level of this microphone to the unit. So if you've got a quiet speaker or if you are loud, you can adjust the transmission level to the receiver unit on the microphone. So that's super nice. I'm gonna put that back on. On this microphone, when you're ready to turn it off, you just hold the button right there and it will say off and power down. Okay, let me get the receiver plugged in and put it into my speaker so we can do a quick sound test. Okay, so now I have the receiver plugged in. You can see really big, bright display. I love how this looks. I'm gonna actually hold that mic away for a second. So you can see the frequencies of both channels. You can see the battery life. It really gives you a ton of information. When I changed the channel on this, it automatically updated the channel on here. You don't have to do anything. It auto syncs, which is great. Okay, so now I have the microphone turned on, I have my receiver turned on and plugged into a PA speaker on the floor, and if I start bringing up the volume, check, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, the reception and the quality, the clarity is phenomenal in a microphone for this price. My voice sounds full, it doesn't sound too bassy, it doesn't sound too mid-range, you know, it's been tweaked at all. It's just a very flat response. It sounds true to my voice. Let me pull this off real quick. You can kind of hear a little bit more of the PA speaker right there. And honestly, I'm just so impressed. There is no white noise. There's no noise floor. When I'm not speaking, it's just silent, which is so great. 10 out of 10 sound quality for the price. I'm gonna clip this back on my shirt. Okay, so one of the downsides to more budget microphones is handling noise. And this is not immune, so if I move my hand on this microphone, you can kind of hear some crinkling noise. I don't know if it's coming through on the lapel mic, but so when you're passing off the microphone, you do get a little bit of handling noise. It's less in this than other models that I've used. Probably the best of the cheap budget UHF microphones that I've done. So I think that's probably the metal body that's coming through with that. Guys, I'm just so impressed with how this sounds. Now, distance test is important. It says 240 feet. I cannot go outside and do a distance test right now thanks to the Florida weather, but I have been testing it in my house. And let me just say, I can go from here to the bedroom, the farthest side of the house, probably 100 feet through about 4 or 5 walls, 0 drop in transmission. Now, that's not real life. Obviously, if you're going to use this at an event, you probably will have more line of sight. You can maybe get the receiver up a little bit and you won't be going through walls, maybe just some people. With that being said though, probably more than enough usable distance for the average user. Don't try and go across football fields with this, but in your regular venue, you're not gonna have any problems with distance. On the whole, this is probably the most impressive, affordable UHF microphone that I have reviewed. The 900 megahertz seems solid. I am in an office right now surrounded by, Wi-Fi routers, cell phones, laptops, computers, wireless mouse, all of those kinds of things. I'm not getting any interference on this right now. It is crystal clear. So let me say I can definitely recommend this. If you want to pick up one of these GUDEHOLO, someone's got to tell me how to say that. If you want to pick one of these systems up, there's going to be a link down in the description. You can go buy through there and support the channel. I would, of course, love you for it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you use this system or one similar to it, let me know. Hopefully I can review them all in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.